Coming up in the news, a man charged in the recent cases of attempted child abduction. Also, the mother of one of the victims speaking out. And Rotary launching a housing project in Sweeten's Key. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Shoshana Rofarkas, and as always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, a new development in the recent cases of attempting child abductions today. After an intensive investigation, police hauled a young man before the court and charged him with both incidents. Jamila Mizik reports.
The man accused of 2 attempted child abductions in Grants, Bahamas last week had his day in court on Tuesday morning. 24-year-old Justin Seymour of number 10 Wrexham Drive, Arden Forest, was arraigned before Magistrate LaQuay Lang in Magistrate Court number 2 on 2 counts of attempted child stealing. He was not required to enter a plea. The matter will proceed by voluntary bill of indictment, and it was adjourned to May 13, 2021 for trial. Seymour was granted bail on each count in the sum of $20,000, and each count will require 1 suretor. Other bail conditions are that he is required to sign in at the Central Police Station every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Seymour is also to wear an ankle monitoring bracelet, and he will not go to any school premises. According to reports, Seymour tried to lure 2 female students into his vehicle, one from the Walter Parker Primary School on Wednesday, and then another from the Maurice Moore Primary School on Thursday of last week. Inquiries revealed that it was the school's crossing guard who became suspicious upon seeing the child following the suspected predator. The crossing guard then intervened when the child confirmed that she did not know the suspect. Officers of the Northeastern and Central Division were then called, which resulted in the arrest of the male in the Wrexham Drive area. The suspect's silver-colored Chevy Cavalier vehicle was also impounded at the time. Jamila Mizik, ZNS Network News.
Well, last week's attempted abductions have left Grand Bahama on edge, and schools looking at ways to beef up security to ensure that students are protected. Well, the results of today's arraignment is not sitting well with some parents who call it a slap in the face. Ariel McIntosh is the mother of the 8-year-old girl from Maurice Moore who was nearly abducted last Thursday. The man believed to be responsible for the attempted stealing of 2 children went to court this morning. McIntosh described the feeling seeing the man who she says she went to high school with.
It was a horrible feeling for me. When I went into the court, I was only there for probably like 5 minutes sitting inside, and then the judge asked if we could step outside because he only wanted about 10 persons inside of the courtroom. But seeing that guy, all type of thoughts run through my head, like what could have happened to my daughter if I would ever see her again. I even started to tremble a little bit, tears.
But this mother says she was shocked when she found out that he received bail.
It's like the system slapped the kids in their face. It's supposed to be justice for them. You know, they did their part. You were supposed to do yours. And I felt like, you know, that was a slap in the face.
McIntosh says she never picks up her daughter late. In fact, it was just 3:12 when she found out that her daughter was heading into the vehicle with a strange man before an observant crossing guard intervened.
I was distraught. I always talk to my daughter about talking to strangers or going with strangers. But then she's only 8 years old. She's only 8 years old. She's still a child. So speaking to my daughter about it, she was telling me that, Mommy, I thought something went wrong with the car because the gentleman said to me that your mom sent me to pick you up. So she said that she just was thinking that, hey, something went wrong with the car and my mommy sent a ride.
And even though the suspect was caught that day, she says she nor her daughter have recovered.
You know, my daughter, she has sleepless nights. Sometimes I have to go and check up on her, pull the curtain cross. You know, it's not safe for nobody, kids. It's not safe for no one kid. Well, I'm a mother. I have a 4-month-old, and he keeps me up, but sometimes I still go into her room because she has her own room. I still goes into her room, and I sleep in her bed sometimes. I rub her. Even her sometimes say, "Mommy, why are you staring at me?" You know, it's just a situation that I don't think I could ever get over.
Here's what she has to say to the crossing guard who saved her daughter.
Thank you so much. I always talk to her. I call her. You know, I have something planned for her, but I appreciate her. If she didn't use her instinct and say, "Hey, this guy face don't look familiar. I don't never see him pick up this certain child." You know, she stepped into action, and I appreciate her. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much.
Switching gears now, the Grand Bahama Rotary Club Disaster Committee making a commitment to assist residents of Sweetings Key. The Rotary Club, along with its partners, launched its Sweetings Key Home Project this Majority Rule holiday. Rotary is in the process of rebuilding homes on the Key for those residents still displaced since the passing of Hurricane Dorian. Jay Philippe was there.
Yeah.
The Grand Bahama Rotary Disaster Committee visited Sweetings Key, where they met with residents at a town meeting unveiling plans to rebuild homes.
This right here is everything for me. Even if I'm not the one to be selected, just knowing that they keep going out of their way to help my people, we are eternally grateful.
The Rotary Club of Grand Bahama partnering with TK Foundation in a major project to help rebuild Sweetings Key. According to Darren Cooper, Rotary Assistant Area Governor for District 6990, Rotary has committed to constructing 9 homes in Phase 1 of the project beginning as early as next week.
Our commitment is 6 days a week, non-stop work. We're hoping to be able to do an 18-hour shift, to be able to push out as much as we possibly can to make sure that these homes are built in a timely fashion. And so with your help, once again, Sweetings Key, we're going to make this the success that we believe it's possible to be.
Member of Parliament for East Grand Bahama, K. Peter Turnquest, who is also a Rotarian, was in attendance at the town meeting held on the outside of the St. Michael's and All Angels Anglican Church.
This generosity, we could not say thanks enough for. This is going to allow us to start to rebuild this community, bring our fellow residents back to the island, and bring the community back together.
Grand Bahama Rotary Disaster Committee Chairperson James Sarles says Sweetings Key has been on the agenda for the Rotary Club for some time now and thanks its partners for stepping in rebuilding Sweetings Key.
I want to thank the TK Foundation. It's a very generous donor who has entrusted us to help you. Many of you might know me because through the boat engine program, we've supplied a lot of boat engines to the East End and Sweetings Key, and we have some more engines. So those who don't have engines, please see me afterwards. There's an application process, and we're just very excited to be here.
A team of skilled workers from Seagrape 8 Mile Rock with expertise in construction will be stationed in Sweetings Key to complete construction of the homes.
So one of the things we have been able to do is to work with the Anglican Diocese, Father Cooper, who has graciously allowed us to set up camp at the church in Sweetings Key. And so this will be where our workers will stay at the end of every work day. As you can see, we have tents. So the tents merely to give our workers some sort of privacy. And so in each tent there'll be 2 workers that will share what we call a room, and this will be where they sleep.
Licensed contractor responsible for the construction of the homes, Cyril Harvey, telling us that the homes that are expected to be constructed will be government standard homes with modifications that can withstand the wrath of a superstorm and other extreme weather conditions.
We put them on concrete stilts, was going to be 4 feet above the ground. They're going to be sitting on 12 by 12 concrete columns with 8 by 16 concrete beams. The floors are going to be done out of 2 by 10s with double 5/8 plywood. We're going to use impact windows. It's just a few changes we made to make the home a bit stronger to withstand hurricanes.
According to the Grand Bahama Rotary Disaster Committee, this is just phase 1 of helping residents here on Sweetings Key. I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS Network News.
Thanks, Jay. Well, it is a big day for CIBC First Caribbean International Freeport branch. After operating from the Mall Drive for more than 20 years, the banking institution has moved to a new state-of-the-art facility. As Megan Shepard tells us, it was cause for celebration today.
Branch manager at CIBC First Caribbean, Sally Lang, says that they are excited to have relocated to their new state-of-the-art building located across from the Grand Bahama Port Authority. She notes that the bank has the same operating hours, contact information, but now in the comfort of a new space.
First Caribbean was generated from two unique banks, CIBC and Barclays Bank, and therefore we were combined, so we needed to fit those two banks into one branch, so that is why we decided to move. And it's convenient. We're really downtown location, so it's more convenient for our clients to come in via bus, car, whatever. So we're happy to transition here to this branch.
And as to how the relocation came about,
we are so happy and grateful that the bank has afforded us the opportunity to have a new area in order to service our clients. So come on down and visit our new building, visit our ABMs. We have drive-through ABMs. We have 5 ABMs at this location. So come on down and we're happy to service you.
Marketing manager for the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Islands, Nikia Christie, says that this relocation is a positive sign for the island following Hurricane Dorian and the COVID-19 strain. Going forward, she says the bank will be focusing on more technological conveniences for the public.
We are still encouraging all of our clients to take advantage of our online and mobile banking where possible, and of course our ABMs, because you could do a lot of your banking from the comfort of your home or your business. You don't have to come in branch. But of course, if you do need to come in branch, we have this new state-of-the-art building that's functional, allow you to get in and out quickly and safely during this time of COVID. And we also will be introducing very soon smart ABMs that allow you to do a lot of your business right at the ABM. You don't have to come all the way into the branch. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But we have this great building with new technology, and we want to make sure that our clients are safe and comfortable. Like I said, you don't have to come into the branch. You could go to our online banking. We have an award-winning mobile app. But if you do have to come in, we've created this new atmosphere for you.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
In other news, the National Insurance Board, in a release announcing that approval has been granted to extend the grace period for long-term benefit verifications. Jamila Mizik explains.
The extensions are as follows. July 1st, 2021 for all persons aged 60 and over, all benefits including retirement benefit, and all persons on invalidity and disability benefits who live in the Bahamas. March 31st, 2021 for all persons under the age of 60 who are in receipt of survivor's benefits, and March 31st, 2021 for all long-term beneficiaries who reside overseas. The statement notes that persons who have had a change in circumstance that impacts their continued eligibility for the long-term benefit, that is, change in marital status, children no longer enrolled in school, increase in incomes beyond the allowed levels, etc., should continue to notify NIB via email verification@nib-bahamas.com as soon as possible. According to the release, NIB had embarked on a process over the last few weeks to ensure that all recipients of long-term benefits, that is retirement, disability, survivors, etc., were in compliance with the national insurance legislation, which mandates verification of continued eligibility of the respective benefit twice per year. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, NIB halted most of its face-to-face operations, including in-person pension verifications, but continued to receive emailed and Dropbox verifications. Many customers continued to provide their verifications in this manner and remained in compliance with the national insurance legislation. However, many customers had not verified in 2020, and therefore a special exercise was being conducted to verify those customers to ensure their continued eligibility for their benefits. NIB continues to encourage its customers to utilize the non-face-to-face mechanism mechanisms to complete their pension verification as follows. A pastor, priest, senior government official, lawyer, magistrate, medical doctor's license in the Bahamas, or justice of the peace are considered sanctioned authorities for the purpose of confirming that the customer has completed the verification form. The form signed by the sanctioned authority can then be dropped off or emailed to NIB without the need to wait, or retirement verifications can be completed online via the registrant's self-service portal. It should be noted that the sanctioned authority is not confirming the correctness or truthfulness of the statements on the verification form. As NIB will no longer be performing face-to-face verifications during the grace period, the forms can be picked up or dropped off by another individual other than the beneficiary or emailed to NIB at verification@nib-bahamas.com. All NIB forms are also available from the website under the Library tab. Forms are also being made available at local grocery stores, pharmacies, and gas stations. A complete listing of locations will be made available. NIB encourages customers, particularly elderly customers and those in other at-risk categories, to use these alternative mechanisms to verify. Jamila Misik, ZNS Network News.
And concerned about the welfare of the elderly persons who must go through the verification process in this COVID-19 environment, a local pastor and justice of the peace says he is prepared to assist the elderly free of charge. Pastor of the Lord's House, M. Naphtali Cooper, says it is his way of giving back and he wants to do his part to keep the island's precious pearls safe.
I've been informed that there are many persons who are having challenges in getting this done. Many do not know how to use the computer to download the form, or they don't have anybody to do it for them. And so therefore, as a justice of the peace, I have decided in my small way to contribute in assisting these elderly persons in having their verification application or form to be signed, okay, and of course free of charge. I'm not charging them to do it. They can call me at 553-2228. That's 553-2228, and I will do my best to assist them in having their form verified.
The nation's leader is set to deliver his New Year's national address tonight at 8 p.m. During that address, the Prime Minister is also expected to outline the government's plans to mitigate any further spread of the COVID-19 pandemic. The national address will be carried live on the ZNS radio and television network. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment.